What is up, woke family? It's your boy Wokey Bucks, and I'm back again with another live stream. So the topic that I'll be discussing this live stream today is in regards to why social media has destroyed the nuclear family unit. Right. The one thing that we have to understand at the end of the day is the reason social media has destroyed the nuclear family unit is because they're not encouraging unity. Right. Social media is literally a platform where you can literally meet people from all across the world, have conversations, right? And it's literally used as a platform in order to be able to encourage people to date each other at the same time. People are not taking each other seriously. People are not even communicating physically anymore. Everything is through virtual, whether it's through dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Instagram, right? So many different ways in which you can communicate with people. So I'm not trying to make it seem like it has its only negative flaws, but if you sincerely think about it, it has destroyed the family unit. Why? Because social media literally encourages people to not be loyal to the people that are there in their lives. Not only the people that are there in their lives. Let's just say, for example, you do meet somebody virtually, right, through one of the apps that I just mentioned, and obviously everything is going well. Social media literally encourages people that if things aren't going well with this person for one chance, right? The one chance that I have to cheat on that person, or the one chance that I have to leave, I can go through the options I have on my phone through social media, through Instagram, Bumble, Tinder, Hinge, BLK, Chispa, so many of them, right? That is destroying the nuclear family. Why is it destroying the nuclear family? Because it's encouraging people that cheating is okay. It's encouraging people that it's okay to get divorced and marry different people because I have so many other options. When social media wasn't relevant back in the 80s, back in the 90s, or even back in the early 2000s, right? You really had to deal with the person that you had, because if you didn't deal with the person you had, it's not that you could not get remarried, but it'd be very, very difficult because other people across the world weren't as easily accessible. Does that make sense? You feel what I'm saying, woke family? So, with that being said, now am I saying that it's not uh, a good thing to an extent to have variety? This is my thing. It's not a bad thing to have. It's not a bad thing to have variety if the people that you're dealing with, you're dating them. If you're not dating them and you're married, right? Then I think it's a bad thing to have variety, especially if you haven't discussed it with your wife as a man. You feel what I'm saying? Because let's be real, in the society we live in today, in the world we live in today, a lot of men want to be polygamous, but the thing is that their value is not high enough to be able to let the woman know that, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not ready to guarantee you monogamy. I want to deal with multiple chicks. I want to have intercourse with multiple chicks that obviously you're married to, right? But a lot of men don't have the confidence to tell women the truth, right? So obviously, when you get to that situation, then from there you start sneaking around, right? And the thing is that you have to understand, majority of the time, when a woman gets into a relationship with you, it's because she likes you. She views you as that dude, right? Whether it's that dude or whether it's for security. But the reality, aka hypergamy, but the reality of the situation is that there's a reason why she's with you. Now, obviously, it's up to you as a dude to really be able to determine the real reason, but there's definitely a reason why she wants to be with you, bro. So you have to be honest with the person. You have to be honest with your woman. But I'm telling you right now, social media is not making the situation any better. Even women themselves, women are starting to begin to have a very, very high sense of entitlement, right? There was this one show that a lot of YouTube plug channels are creating different links for, and it was with this one woman and her friend. I think the name of the show is called The Pineapple Show. So what they basically do on that show is that they basically bring a group of men to try to interview for this woman's attention. Now the woman will basically use things like choosing, like looking at your teeth color, your teeth shape, your face, your hair, so many different things, and will judge you. And if she tells you pineapple, then that basically means that she's eliminating you. Like she doesn't view you as high enough. But you have to understand that's what social media does to an extent, right? It starts to create entitlement in women, because you have to understand one thing. Out of all those men, right, that you're dubbing, you're dubbing all those men, right? A decent amount of those men are gonna come back. Not in a negative way, but like they're basically gonna come back from you dubbing them, from you rejecting them, right? They're gonna use that as motivation to get in shape. They're gonna use it as motivation to focus on skincare. They're going to use that as motivation to really take the best care of themselves. And those same men you rejected today, the same men you rejected yesterday, are going to start to use it as a reason to say that, you know what, you dubbed me, now I'm up now, and you want me, now I'm going to dub you back. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are obviously petty, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which side you're on. It's just that's exactly what social media has done. All right, social media doesn't encourage people to get married anymore. Right, you have so many people that are looking at what celebrities are doing, what couples are doing, and you literally want to mimic your life after what a celebrity is doing, after what a couple's doing, but that's not the life that you were called for. We have to understand something, right? God calls us all for different purposes, but especially the women in 2022, even the men, right? They want all the nice chains, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is that when you guys follow people who are posting that all the time, it starts to make you believe if you don't have that, you're not fulfilled. You can't be fulfilled if you don't have all of that, and that's not true. You have to be comfortable with yourself, and you got to find a woman that is comfortable with herself so that you guys can work together towards building what you are looking to build. Obviously, that relationship, I'm not talking about a business, right? Because some people are going to misinterpret what I'm saying. As a man, you got to build your business from the scratch up. Like, no woman is coming to help you build when it comes to the business, but I'm talking about like that relationship. You guys can definitely like build that together. You feel what I'm saying? But that's not going to happen without the right mentality. So there's just so many different factors that are literally engaged in this, man. Like I'm telling you, you feel what I'm saying? But the overall message is that social media has come to destroy the nuclear family. We as woke members of the Most High, we have to really start to wake up to the things that social media is coming to do. It's coming to completely take over. Now, you can either see this as a good thing or a bad thing, but the thing is that even if you are going to adapt, your best bet is that if you're going to eventually end up getting married and having a family here in the States or in the West, you need to make sure that you take it as a business decision. You feel what I'm saying? You for sure want to get a prenup, and you want to make sure that both of you guys sign it at least 6 months before your marriage date. And then after that prenup is signed, if she agrees to sign the prenup, because a lot of women realize that if I sign that prenup, I'm basically saying that whatever I came into the marriage with, especially if I didn't have a lot, that I'm going to end up leaving with the same amount. But if you do not sign the prenup, if she does not sign the prenup, then let's just say, for instance, you're a millionaire and you're making 5 million a year, right? She's taking 2.5 out of that five. She's taking 50% of what you have. So don't put yourself in a position to end up looking like a goofy because you didn't make the right business decisions. Now, women will obviously come in and try to tell you that marriage is for love. It's cap. Women marry who they can. Men marry who they want to. The women marry who they can. You see a lot of women in 2022, right? They're not marrying men that they're generally attracted to. They're not marrying the dudes that they generally want to be with, who they generally want to be able to get it in with. They're marrying the dudes that are financially ready. A majority of the time. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. So when you realize that and you see it for what it truly is, it's not something to get mad about. It's called hypergamy for a reason. Because a lot of women want to end up being in a situation where they're in a wealthier position than they were growing up. And obviously it's going to come to the man majority of the time. Unless you're a strong and independent woman, according to what you say, right? So that's just the reality. But my overall message from this live stream, right, is we as people, we have to stop allowing social media to affect us, right? You go to certain countries, especially in Asia, they ban TikTok. They ban social media. Why? Because they realize that social media is affecting people in a negative way and it's causing the destruction of the nuclear family. So we as people, we really have to be able to see the truth for the way it is. We have to, I'm not gonna say we should get rid of social media completely, but we have to really start to filter out, whether it's through the central government, whether it's through us. We have to start filtering out what we see on social media that can really affect us in a negative way and promote positivity, right? If you understand, it's because you're woke. If you don't understand, you're not woke. This will mean in this live stream. If you like this live stream, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this live stream with your friends, subscribe to the channel at Woke Ebuks, WOKE Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and so will social media links. So make sure you go give those a check. But without further ado, this will mean in this live stream. This is Woke Ebuks, and I'm out, man.